I have never, ever in my entire life been so disappointed. Welcome back to the channel, friends and family. My name is Gary. I am the Card Father, and it's a very cold, blistery, terrible day here in Columbus, Ohio. It's not terrible. It's okay. It was a good day. It was a good day. I promise you, it was a good day. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Appreciate you joining me. And today we are going to have a quick chat about. We're going to have a quick chat about why the Pokemon hobby is upside down. Yes, we're going to talk about it just for a minute. And there's two parts to it. So hang on, Buttercups. It's going to be a ride. The first part is, I don't want to say this. I really don't want to say it. Don't make me say it. Okay. Y'all got to stop. Seriously. Y'all got to stop. There are so many mixed emotions and wild emotions and mixed statements and comments all over the internets and the YouTubes and the Facebooks and the Twitters and Twatters and Twitterers and the Xers and the Wires and the TCs and I don't even know, all of the freaking platforms everybody's on. Y'all got to chill. Y'all got to chill. You guys are like cutthroat at each other's necks. I'm not kidding you. This is getting ridiculous, okay? Here's the reasons I'm going to tell you this is getting ridiculous. One, you guys are fighting over cardboard, okay? Like, legitimately, guys. This is a piece of card stock, okay? That's what it is. It's a piece of card stock. If I rip this in half, the world doesn't end, all right? If I buy one, the world doesn't end. If I sell it, the world doesn't end. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's just cardboard. I think the bigger problem, though, that you guys are all facing online, and you're facing in every aspect of everything that's going on in any of the collectible hobbies, whether it's, I mean, literally, whether it's Tupperware, okay, which, yes, people do collect that, I will tell you, or video games, or comic books, or vintage toys, or whatever it may be, including Pokemon, including Magic, Lorcana, Disney, you know, all that stuff. The issue here is, people will legitimately look at somebody else and call them a scalper. Y'all got to quit. Okay, that's my first issue here. Y'all have to stop looking at somebody as a scalper. Okay, just because somebody went to Sam's Club and bought 15 boxes of Sea and Sky and they're flipping it doesn't necessarily mean they're a scalper. All right, scalpers, there are a big difference between a scalper and a not scalper. All right, listen, a person going in and buying product on retail arbitrage is only going in and buying product. They're buying a handful of that product because, well, quite frankly, Walmart's not doing it, right? They're not selling at market, and that product's been out for a while, possibly, and they're just selling it to make a profit because that's what the market demands. Prismatic Evolutions is a little bit of a different issue here because of the fact that it's not widely available, so supply is extremely low and demand is incredibly high. And you guys just seem to want to fight and argue over some dude who buys 2 ETBs from Target and decides to flip one for 120 bucks because that's their market value. You guys want to yell and scream at him, call him a scalper. So what? He bought 2 ETBs, he cracked one, and he's selling one. Get over it. It's not that big a deal. I don't necessarily agree with this entirely, but if you're the type of person who's going over to the Walmarts or the Targets and whatever, and you're taking armfuls of product, armfuls, like you're taking a whole cart, or like that dude on Black Friday who legitimately picked up an entire display of ETBs from Sword and Shield, that's a scalper. Okay, that is somebody who really just does not give any care to the hobby, does not care about any person. A casual person buying an ETB and selling one, buying 2 ETBs and selling one is not a scalper, friends. They're not a scalper, okay? A scalper is a dude who's literally walking into the store, doesn't give a single care to anybody, completely clears the shelves of everything, and is already going to market that stuff and mark it up on Facebook Marketplace or put it in a Facebook group or Twitter or wherever they're selling it, okay? Or even throw it on TCG Player because they can make a little extra coin. You guys got to stop, right? You're literally at each other's throats. And I'm sorry that I have to say this, but stop being kids. Most of you are grown freaking adults. You got to quit, okay? It's cardboard, friends. Now, don't get me wrong, all right? As a business owner, as a person who's like super frantic about wanting to start his shop and wanting to work out my business goals and doing the best that I can to grow my business and credibility and do it right. All right. I look at this and I am afraid for the hobby. I'm afraid for the hobby. The hobby is not about just buying and selling. The hobby is about collecting. The hobby is about playing. It is a game. Y'all have to remember that. And because you're not remembering that, you guys are going nuts over Prismatic Evolution. You're going nuts over Journeying Together. You're going to go nuts over Team Rocket and whatever new set the Pokemon brings out for the rest of the year, because the market dictates that the TCGs and the CCGs and the collectibles are on fire. Guys, it's a new year, new economy. We're going to have a new president installed. There's all kinds of crazy things going to be happening this year. And you guys are fighting each other like there's no food or like there's no toilet paper. So we got to quit. All right. The hobby has to be settled. Y'all got to chill. Stop calling people names. Be considerate. People over profits. It's about people. It's about your friends. It's about family. Stop it. Now, the second thing that I have a bigger issue with here is the fact that some of you guys are just a bunch of crybabies. Yes, I'm going to say it. Some of y'all just don't get it. Some of y'all just crybabies, okay? For the longest time, 2023, 2022, coming out of 2021 after the boom, all you guys would do is scream and yell at a card shop or at a vendor for selling anything at MSRP. You guys hated it. You hated the fact that they were charging MSRP for a booster box, 161 or 160 or 165, right? You do realize like MSRP is like 161, 164.99, right? It's like in that range. Okay, so that's for a booster box. $49.99 for an ETB. Not bad. Okay, great. Nowadays, if you can find an ETB at $49.99, you're going to scoop it up. And I guarantee you're going to act like a scalper because you're going to pick up more than two, right? Yeah, okay. So you guys got to chill with this, because the problem is like for the longest time, y'all focused on wanting nothing but market. You yelled for market price. You screamed for a market price. And that's because when an ETB was sitting at $35 market value and we were buying them in at $32 wholesale, you were wanting them at market, and then you were yelling and complaining because we weren't there. But now the era of Pokemon, the year of the Eevee hits. All right, booster boxes skyrocket to all-time highs like they've never done before in Scarlet and Violet. Surging Sparks rears out the gate with Torking Pikachu, and you guys are just flipping your minds about it because product is limited and demand is high. And now when someone says, hey, we're marking it up, it's going to market price, y'all got to yell and scream at each other, and then you come and yell at the shops and say, that's not how it works. No, you should be selling at MSRP. You should be selling at MSRP. That's how it works. MSRP is where you should be making your money off of MSRP, right? Because you have wholesale distribution. Well, friends, I'm going to tell you something very specific here, okay? Wholesale distribution means absolutely bupkis for any set that releases and then comes back, or any set that's released and a few weeks later has a reprint, or a few months later has a reprint, because distribution and wholesale, they do the same crap that you are accusing shops of doing. They mark it up. Here's my proof. I'm going to show you right now. Here it is. This is a distribution certificate of an invoice. This is for Surging Sparks, and this is for booster bundles from 151. Notice the date on this, okay? On this invoice, notice the date. This was recent. Booster bundles. A 10 display of booster bundles. $425. Oh, by the way, it says MSRP is $269.99. You see that, right? Okay, so that means MSRP on booster bundles for 151 would have been what? What was it? That's right, $26.99. That's right, $27, friends, for a booster bundle of 151. That's what you should be paying at MSRP, right? Okay, well, guess what? I have 151 booster bundles, and I'm selling them at $70. Yeah, that's right, because it's market value, friends. And here's the problem with this. Same thing with Surging Sparks. Look at the invoice. Surging Sparks. I bought a booster bundle. I was limited to 5. I bought them for $25 a bundle. That's literally $1.49 less than MSRP. You want me to sell it at MSRP? You want me to make nothing? You want me to make nothing? Here's why. Distributors do not care about MSRP. No, they don't. When a new set releases, we get allocations. When a new set releases, we get pre-order availability. We can go in and tell a distributor, yes, I want 10 cases of ETBs, which are 10 in a box. We can tell a distributor that, but the distributor is not going to listen to us unless we have some sort of history and we have some good buying record with them, where we're able to buy the crap that they don't want and have an inventory, and we get a little bit more favor for that reasoning. And then we're able to turn around, and after we've bought this product, we get it at a pre-order price or a wholesale price. But then just a few weeks later, or a few months, and sometimes even sooner than that, that's right, friends, the distribution, they market up to market price. They market sometimes just below market price. So there's just enough little meat on the bone. That way, when you sell it, you're going to make a little bit of profit. Technically, when we buy something at wholesale, we can make 30%. That's the actual margin that you're supposed to make on any kind of sealed product, 30%. Booster bundles, booster boxes are a little bit different of a question because we can buy those at $95. So mostly, sometimes they're even less than that, $92. And we can buy them at the lower rate. And then we're supposed to sell them at market, right? We're supposed to sell them at MSRP for $164.99 or $161.99. So you have to stop. You are the ones who are causing these problems, okay? Either you are just going to accept the fact that this is the market and this is how it is, and you're going to either buy and support your local card shop because you've yelled at them enough to sell at MSRP, and sell at market. And when they finally do sell at market, it's the day of all holies have hit for us. The year of the EV has hit for us, and we're able to actually make a little bit more coin in our businesses and actually make a profit after eating so much crap for so long, eating the crap sandwiches for so long. You want to then yell at us about selling at MSRP. Friends, I'm sorry, you're wrong here, okay? I'm sorry, you're wrong. Now, here's my business policy. This is the same business policy a lot of stores have taken up. The stores here in Ohio, for the card shops that have brick and mortars, they, on the day of release, sold Prismatic Evolutions at MSRP. They had enough product to be able to do that. They had a limited allocation. They were limiting one product type to every person, and they were selling it at MSRP. Now, there were quite a few stores that I know that were also doing the reverse. They were selling it at market price. That's right. And there was a reason they were selling it at market price, because that's the market. All right. Now, I do know that a few of the stores were actually taking a different approach. The different approach was, hey, if you want this at MSRP, you're going to have it opened here in store. And so what they would do is they would take the plastic wrap off of an ETB, or they would open the box for a binder collection or sticker collection. And then they would take the packs out and they would clip just the edge, the top corner edge of the pack. So you can't resell it, okay? Because they know how resellers work. So they were legitimately taking the product, modifying it, so that way you couldn't resell it. So that way, if you tried to, it would already be open and you would not be able to get market. So if you wanted it in MSRP, you were going to open it there in front of them. If you didn't want it in MSRP and you were a collector, you were going to pay full market value. There was no undercut, there was no bargain, there was no discount. You got it at full market value. Okay, so that is literally what a lot of stores were doing here in Ohio. Here's our policy. If we offer a pre-order on any set, we will offer that pre-order at or just slightly above MSRP. We got to make some coin, $5 or $10 over MSRP for an ETB. Not that big of a deal, okay? Maybe it was $3 over a booster bundle. Instead of charging $27, we charge $30, right? Packs. Maybe we're charging $6 pack versus $5 pack, right? Okay. So if we choose to do any type of pre-orders, you will be able to order that product at slightly above or at MSRP, plain and simple. And we'll even sell that product all the way up till release at MSRP. The day after release, it goes to market price. Plain and simple. You had an opportunity to pre-order. If you couldn't get in on the pre-order and we had some available on launch, you had an opportunity to pick it up at launch. But after that, we move it to market. Because the distributor is charging me market or more, and I cannot survive as a business without doing something. And you will not allow us to survive as a business if you don't get off your high horse. When it benefits you, does not mean it benefits everybody. And quite frankly, it's not about you. It's about we. All right, friends. That's my rant. Sorry if I made you angry at that. I apologize. But more so, have a good night. And as always, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. Till the next one.